In terms of the breakup, I would say one of the biggest myths. I've been thinking about this kind of all day and kind of all week too. But it's like one of the biggest myths is that you have to be very angry and upset and sad, especially if you were the one that was broken up with, like I was. Um, and that's just not true. I actually, in this last breakup, I, I was sad, but also very happy. And so I think I want to just close out this week reflecting and being happy and being thankful for that person that came into my life. And even though he's no longer here in my life with me, I still feel very fortunate, because I think, like, when we think about relationships, even if they end bad, and mine didn't necessarily end bad, I think it was just two people who realized they couldn't, or maybe one wasn't willing to make it work and the other was. I think that's the kind of situation that we were in, but it still really wasn't bad. And even if it is bad, you at some point had some type of feelings for that person. And so, in there, deep in there, if sometimes for some people, there's some good. There were some great times. There were some amazing lessons learned. And so I think for me today, like, as I reflect on all of that, I'm very thankful for that person. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest takeaways I'll say is that he, like, indirectly, he opened up my eyes to a lot of different things about myself. And one other thing that he did too that I hadn't really experienced too much in another relationship, like anytime I tried to, like, negative self-talk, he would say, like, "Oh my gosh, don't say those things. That's not nice to talk to yourself that way." And so that's actually like a really, really big lesson that I learned and that I'm very, very thankful for, because man, the way that I used to talk to myself, and I'm not talking like years ago, I'm talking like 6 months ago, was not very nice at all. Um, and so I think there's a bit of calm and ease over me today. Um, and just thankfulness for this person. Yeah, it didn't work out. It's a bummer, but there's 7 billion people in this world. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I could be, I might, but maybe one day. But I mean, those odds don't sound bad. I'm sure there's someone out there for me, and I'm sure there's someone out there for you if you're going through a breakup and experiencing something similar. But in the meantime, I think the key takeaway is, rather than trying to run from the sadness or the anger or whatever it is that you're feeling after a breakup, rather than try to run from that, because all that's going to do is, like, keep you stuck in that area, run to something. And what I mean by that is run to happiness, run to, celebrating those times that you had, accepting them for where they were in your life and the joy that they once brought you, and seek ways to move on in a healthy way. um, I can't say it enough in terms of really anything in life. Slow is fast. So if you think that, you want to get over a person, do it slow, and it will end up happening fast. Take the time, give yourself grace, acknowledge the things that went right, acknowledge the things that went wrong, take the lessons, appreciate that person, because one way or another, they're teaching you a very, very valuable lesson if you're listening and you're willing to be open to it, and move on. That's what I'm doing, and it feels amazing to be walking in this beautiful pathway today and have this feeling of just gratefulness in my heart. And I can't wait to move forward. I've got a bunch of, like, weight loss stuff I want to share with you next week on, like, a weight loss journey, and so that's where my focus is going to go next. Hope you're having a great week.